Good evening. I am here to do an oral presentation on Ralph Waldo Emerson's essay, Self-Reliance. Emerson was born into a very wealthy family which his life was set. They had organized for him to go to ministry school without his choice. He did do so and became a minister. After leaving the church in 1832, after growing tired of organized religion, he met his wife, who shortly died 16 months later due to tuberculosis. This is said to have been the reason in his exploration into a greater purpose of life. He produced an anonymous essay which gave rise and power to intellectual thinking and power to realize that you do not have to conform to society or to religion, leading into the reform era, which people should focus on themselves and their own choices. Self-expression began to speak out into this, to stand up for things that one believes in, not what one is told. Literary works blossomed, such as poetry and articles against controversial ideas, such as slavery. One of the biggest things he points out in this essay is, we but half express ourselves and are ashamed of that divine idea which each of us represents, which is so true in many cases where we are made to speak, where we are allowed to speak our mind, which has greatly influenced the freedom of speech in what we know today. The pressure to conform in a way that your family or church wants you to be in society. He lays a lot of input into this where he says, life is to be lived, not a spectacle. Because it's not what the church or the society wants you to be, it's what you want to be. Greed also placed a high impact on influencing people to push themselves to the side, to have the highest paid job, the most influential power, at hopes to gain some type of happiness. Self-reliance in today is in a lot of what we see. One article that I found discussed a lot of self-help therapies, placing people on depression. Yes, they are on medication, but also looking at ways to help increase their self-esteem by helping the patient provide with positive outlooks that help promote self-reliance, like charity work or hobbies that the person is really passionate about is very beneficial to their therapy. So in a way, self-reliance also is very tied to this. Another article that I had shed a lot about this community that was very low economic status. They worked many jobs, many hours, like a 16-hour day, but with no real type of income, no real life. And this gentleman that's in this lifestyle realized, I'm not going to be something greater right now, but I have the self-reliance that I am providing for the generations to come. And this shows so much self-reliance that it's so empowering to see somebody take a hard life and look at it and say, this is what we've been dealt with, but we're going to make it so much better because we do not have to deal with this forever, because we're going to make it better for our generations to come. And I think that's just the way that he finds so much respect for himself, which is the biggest thing that he self-reliance through this. So in realization, Emerson wants everyone to take away from this essay, nothing can bring you peace except for yourself. Which I think is the biggest thing about self-reliance, is it did completely disregard everybody else, what they think, what they feel, what they say to you, but you can bring yourself self-reliance. It's all up to you. It's up to nobody else but yourself. So at this time, I will take any questions. I hope you have enjoyed my oral presentation on Self-Reliance essay by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Thank you so much.